live on a Jupiter day, stuck in traffic. Whoop, 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 whoop. Good morning, everybody. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God. And the crowd goes wild. Whoop, 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 whoop. Good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So says Mr. Rogers, because he's got my fucking laundry in my trunk. You have to know about that. Some of my spirit guides, they don't serve much purpose other than to push me to do great things like my laundry. What else did you expect of Mr. Rogers, dude? You need a nice voice to tell you to do some shit you don't want to do. I don't want to. It's okay. You could tie your shoes too. All right. Yeah, I get you. What's up, everybody? What's up? Hey. How are you? Hey, new people. You're still here? Get excited. Hey, you're God's people, bro. I'm just here to try to get you to him. Don't get too attached and don't get mad at me. Okay? Okay. All right. Anyways, let's clear out the closet. Got woke up in the middle of the night with some fucking bullshit. Nah, God is some bullshit. Let me point out, I don't know where you are right now, but the moon is still mooning. It's mooning. What time is it? It should be done. The motherfucker is bright as hell right in the middle of the sky, like just kicking my ass. Woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning last night, fucking addressed some stupid shit, and then sat outside and moonbathed. I was like, if you don't stop fucking with me, God, I swear to God. And that's another thing too. Okay, let me start with that. Hey, I can be a man about everything until God reminds me I have a uterus. Oh man, why do I have to be the girl? Ugh, I hate that. To you witches and bitches and all you snitches and shit, all of you women, biologically made anyways, biologically made, like me, you need to get on your right moon cycle, right? So they want me to point out, when you're healthy and healed, you align with the moon cycle. You're supposed to be on that moon cycle, meaning you're supposed to be filling up and ready to to make love on a full moon and make a baby. If not, and you're just gonna flush out and fucking, go through the waxing stage like everyone else. The moaning and bitching stage. So just want to point that out. The shit is 28 days. There's a full moon every 28 days. Did you know that? Your period comes every 28 days. You don't need a calendar and you don't need to run to the doctor. You watch the moon and you know what's up. That's how men and women and children knew what time of the day it was and what was happening. It's like, oh, on her. Well, anyways, just going back to it. It's not a big deal when you can handle your ages and you're like, just rip it out. And then God's like, wait, I need that. No, I don't want it anymore. I just want to point that out. It's a regular battle for me. I've lost many jobs and lots of things with this. And now I'm doing one of the most difficult physical jobs I've ever done. And then he throws a moon cycle on. You're not fucking funny. And that's Kobe. He's like, oh, you think you got this? All right, let's see how good you got this. Because that's it. Yesterday I was all, I'm the shit and I'm working hard and they keep calling me back and da-da-da. And then God's like, yeah, let me take away some of that strength and see how good you can work. You're not fucking funny, God. That's not funny. Anyways, going back to that. So then last night, it was some twin flame bullshit. Somebody, crying out in the fucking ethers. I'm like, bro, pick up the phone. Speak your piece or just shut the fuck up. That's just how I feel about that. If you got something to say, then say it. It might change something. It might not. But being quiet ain't gonna do nothing, and crying in your quiet spaces and I gotta hear that shit ain't good. Anyway, so that happened. And then I saw Broen, whatever. Damn! I was gonna speak on it 2 days ago. I seen it 2 days ago, and I was gonna ask her, what are you doing? It's not Halloween. So one of her videos had her, I don't know, bro. She's trying to be a gypsy or a witch or something, bro. She's like, oh man. So then, I already was going to talk about it, but I didn't post it. And then it happened again last night, and I could just see it in her face. I was like, oh shit, bro. You've got something dark and dirty on you. And I tried to warn him, bro. I tried to warn this bitch. Does it have anything to do with spirituality? I mean, she went. I don't know where I was talking hella shit about Broen. Her appearance has changed significantly. Her readings have changed. The tone in her voice has changed. Everything's changed inside of her, but her outside. And that's what it is. You refuse to change your outside, so now it's going to infect you from the inside out, right? And so what is she doing? She's overdoing. As I tell everyone, don't do that. Don't try so hard to be something you're not. Either you are and you become it, or now you're pushing your imagination. She's not pushing her intuition. And that's what I was going to say the other day. So the other day she comes out with a video and she's literally wearing the crescent moon. She's doing all this shit. She's got all these stickers and all this makeup on her and all this, you know what I mean, her nails and shit. I'm like, we don't do that. I've got all of my ceremonial gear, but you're not going to watch me wear my tiara. And I didn't buy it for Halloween. It was gifted to me when I restored my priesthood as the goddess of the moon. And you yourself do not pray to moon deities, but are dark as fuck right now. And that's what happens when you avoid the shadow. It overtakes you. Right? So if you're a party girl and you act like you're a good girl all the time, and then somebody takes you out to the party, you're that bitch that loses absolute control. You have no more control. Oops, I almost lost my exit. Damn, I was going to Boulder, fucking around. Like, you have to have control of you have to understand who you are, what your shadows are, where they come from, and when they want to feed. And I said that in my video, that I shared. It's like, there's a part of me that needs to feel sexy. There's a part of me that needs to feel powerful. And it's in every single human being that does these things. But being able to control it to where it's, you know what I mean, you can do it in healthy forms instead of, you know what I mean, going out in public and becoming an insta-ho like Jonica. You know what I mean? Where I'm so desperate for attention, I'm literally going to rip my clothes off and say things that aren't me and pretend to be someone else just so I can be liked. Russ, like attracts like. Like, what is the deal with their head, with the bandanas that don't match their clothes? You didn't want to brush your hair, or you realized that I told you had dirty fucking hair and you don't wash it and take care of it, so now you're trying to hide it under a wrap? It's a wrap. But at least they're pretending to be black. That's the closest thing to black that it is. It's black, it's white. Oh yeah, and then I hit Kylie Jenner with the Bruce Jenner. Hey, his family named him Bruce. Dude looks like a lady, but you guys just try to become something. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget you're somebody's father out here in a dress, trying to be a girl. Don't forget. Am I talking to Bruce Jenner or my baby daddy? Shit, bitch. Shit, I'm on my shit. The moon won't give me a break. Meaning what? I'm all in my masculinity, but I'm all in my feelings, bro. And I'll be feeling myself. Like, shit, bitch. Damn, gas is still fucking around. Anyways, going back to it. You better be careful, y'all. That's what happened to her. She's like, somebody told her something was wrong with her, and this is how she needed to take care of herself. I made many videos, and I told her, science isn't helping you. God is. You go to science, you can't walk in the liminal worlds, bro. You're like, well, that doesn't make sense. I have diabetes and I have all this shit. Then eat healthy, bitch, and you don't need the fucking pill. You know what I mean? You don't need the shot. There's lots of things. What God is telling you is to change your lifestyle so you can have a better life. Doesn't mean keep doing what you're doing and then take a fucking a multivitamin every day. One a day. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Hey, you hear that noise? Houston, we have a problem. I know. It's a problem. Just spent hundreds of dollars on my fucking tires. I did the front ones, not the back ones. And I got into a fight with my dad before I got here. So I don't know how exactly I'm gonna wiener this situation out of the works. But we're gonna work it. We're manifesting some fucking greatness on this. But going back to it, yeah, that happened last night. I was like, damn, bitch. I told you not to go there. I tell everybody, bro. That's my job. I'm a tell-all. I'm supposed to tell all the people everything I know whenever I'm told to tell them, and keep some shit to myself because they can't handle it. But that's it. I tell you people what I see. God showed me that you're on a path of destruction. Leave. That's no longer serving you. And meanwhile, I told her, get the fuck out of your mom's house. What do you think brought up all this fucking childhood trauma? You move back into your childhood trauma, dumbass. Dumbass. But you're too scared at 40 years old to get out and go fucking do something new? Nope. So instead, you're in your trauma, and it's become so bad that you have to start going to a doctor that puts you on medication, and now you're out here looking like a fucking witch and a gypsy and all this fake-ass fucking card reader type shit. Fucking Cleo, that my spirits were laughing. Look at this bitch. Who she thinks she is, Cleo? And then the fucking Hispanics were like, oh, con mucho, mucho amor. Do you know who, I lived in Mexico, that's why it's funny. He was great. I love that guy. He wasn't, I don't know, he was a divine energy. That's it. Walter Mercado. He was another medium or spiritualist, but that also did too much. Had to dress himself up like, you know what I mean, like the Queen of England and shit. Bitch, calm down. Calm down. That's not what we do. And that's it. I try my hardest to tone it down. Like, tone it down. I don't want to be known as a witch. They know. They're all looking at me. All the guys that watched me do this fucking ceremony the other day, they're like, oh, here's the witch bitch. They enjoy watching me in my fucking leggings pushing a broom. Like, this sexy bitch. I know it. I know it. It's a bunch of dudes. There's like 500 dudes on every spot, and it's just me and this girl, and we're out there looking good, sweating and shit, cleaning up their messes. Every man's dream. Andale! No, anyway, so that happened last night. I was like, dude, you guys need to stop. And that's what it is. She was all spiritual till she wanted to become spiritual. That's it. You're trying too hard. She never wore makeup. Now she's doing the mostest. Do you think she goes outside in Europe looking like that? She wears her tiara. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. There's a very thin line between spirituality and psychosis, bro. And that's why they think you're crazy. That's why they think you're crazy. Because you're in the liminal. And unless you can be like me and prove that you're completely still sane, but working in a spiritual realm, nah, you're fucking crazy, Kanye. You're fucking crazy. So anyways, that happened last night. Going into this morning, what were we going to talk about this morning? Oh, I was supposed to tell you about my blessings and stuff. So yeah, I didn't know what I was supposed to do yesterday. I'm like, fuck, they told me to come back to work, but I was like, that's not, how am I supposed to do that? I'm supposed to leave and I'll pack up my tent and everything. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. So I was pulling up at my campsite, and my spirit told me to talk to the guy. And because the system will let you book longer than 14 days, it's only open till the end of the week. So I was like, well, I'll just ask. He could say no or he could say yes. And so I asked him, he's like, well, I'm not a manager. There's an actual park manager. I got to call him. I'm just one of the volunteers. I'm from Nevada. I leave this week too. We're just a volunteer host. We get to park here and, you know, we watch the park and we get to stay here for free. I was like, that's nice. So he calls the park manager, and the park manager already knows me. I've been there for 2 weeks. He's like, yeah, well, you know, if I do that, you know, what else, and this and that. So anyways, he calls me back, and he's like, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend your stay for another day. Don't worry about paying it. I'll take care of that. That can help you. I'm going to send the park rangers. They have a whole bunch of resources. And that way you can get with them and see if there's any resources you haven't already talked to. Which they gave me, oh my God, bro. They gave me packets after packets after packets of shit. And each packet had names and numbers I hadn't contacted, which was really cool. So I got all excited about that. But right after, we saw the hawk in the tree, and then we saw that winter was coming this weekend. And so I'm like, oh man. A lot of me wants to try to make something work. Well, no, there's a lot of things working to keep me here. You know what I mean? Especially with them sending me out, you know, to work every day. I don't know if you guys realized it, but in the last, you know, what is it, week and a half? I made more money in the last week and a half being here than I did in fucking 2 months of Oklahoma because I couldn't get a fucking job. They were discriminatory. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm not on an actual paycheck, but I told you, I hit the bag, bro. I get a bag every day, and that's more than most people can do. So I'm sitting there, and now I've got like a little, after today I have a little bit stacked up, and I'm like, what do we do? What do we do next? And I'm not really sure, you know what I mean? The cold weather's right around, and there's something going on with my back tires that needs to have the same thing. It's not just the brakes. I think it's the bearings and the rotors. I don't know. It's the same shit that I had done in the front. I can tell from the fucking noise. It's starting out nice and soft, but then it turns very crunchy. I'm like, the last thing I need to do is take road trips with, you know what I mean, car problems, is what I always think. But that's always the last thing that keeps me from jumping on the road. I'll be fine with the unknown until I get to my car. And then I start stressing out about my car. So naturally, I'm following all the same patterns I always do before a big fat jump. And that's cool. And that's another thing too. All the factors are coming in. Everything's coming in to close me out. And that's what a tower is, and that's what people don't want to admit. God is forcing you out. Are you going to fight to stay in, or are you going to follow your way out? And that's it right now. Like, I could pull off today. I could. It's going to be very rough, dude. I'm sitting here in tons of pain already. I can't take an Advil. I can't do any of that, because then I won't have any physical strength. So I can work through today, but it's also going to damage me but for tomorrow. And so even if they wanted to offer me more work, I can't. And that's just it. Why is this like this? That's my karma, bro. Sexual abuse that happened to me at such a young age has a very terrible effect on me during the moon cycle. And so, I mean, I get fucked up. And so you have that coming into play. My time is out in the campsite, and winter's on my heels. Everything I said, you know, I'm being pushed out. And that goes back to the twin flame. Don't think that I'm sitting around for long. I'm about to bounce out. I'm just making a couple dollars, bro. If you have something to say, say it. If you want to see me, see me. Otherwise, catch me next time. Where did you put Nana's food? Oh shit, I have it in the car. She had a bowl. I'll talk to her in a minute. So I just was pointing that out. So yeah, blessings and stuff, you know what I mean? I got some cushion for the pushing. Sorry, that's a really funny story. That's why my choices after everything that I've been through was to be a priestess or a lesbian. And I was all, nah, I'm praying for cushion for the pushing. It's a funny story. Again, you can wear your shadows or you can hide from them and be like, you know, I don't want nobody to know that I have a broken uterus because fucking it was touched at a young age. Nah, bro, I have a broken uterus, and when this happens every month, I'm like broken, laid out in a bed with fucking ice packs and fucking heat bags or heating blankets, and I don't have either this time, so this is gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be rough and tough, and I ain't got my Afro puff. I'm over here. I know you can see my car. Come on. Nope, she didn't see my car. Oh well. Anyway, so I wanted to tap in with that. What am I teaching you guys? Stop running from your shadows, or you're gonna turn out like her, all weirded out and shit. Become something you're not. I mean, it's in her to be that, but that's what happened. That's what happens to Britney Spears. Why does Britney Spears act all weird on front of the camera like that? Because her shadow tells her that people like this. They'll like this if I do this. They'll like this. And then she'll see likes and she'll see things that'll make it confirm that what she did was good for her, and it brought people to, you know what I mean? It felt her with joy. But if she saw what we saw, she wouldn't feel so good about what she's doing out there. But she doesn't see it. She only sees through her shadows. And that's Russ too. You know what I mean? When you get in your shadows, you can only see it through your childlike eyes. And you have to be able to see it through innocence and not chaos, not just your imagination. And that goes back to being an adult, you know. Being a creative is, you can have inspiration, you can have ideas, you can have shit, but not everything is good. Some of it is just literally the Holy Spirit fucking around. Like, what the fuck? You shouldn't be, you know, that was a funny thought. Let's not tell nobody we said, you know what I mean? Like, let's keep this conversation between me and God. Stuff like that. Or, you know, just that. Not every idea should be created. And that's the difference, is there is a difference between your imagination, where you're completely delusional, you know what I mean, you're just wanting to see what you want to see, and then there's the intuition, where you can see it, but you don't want to see it, and you know what it wants from you, but you don't want to do it because you're afraid. That's how you know the difference. But when you're walking in this full fucking cocky ego confidence, this is gonna work, I planned this out, I've seen this before, this is my shit, this is my year, this is me, this is all me, you're not with God, bro. God doesn't, you're never that sure when you're working with God. It's faith, not confidence. It's a, I mean, I suppose I guess it's a reverence, not a confidence. And that's it too. Pride is the ego, is the, you know, the fall of man is that pride. You're so prideful about your doings. That's how you can really associate. Am I doing this or is this God? Am I being pushed to do something that I don't want to do, but it's good for me and it's going to make me better and I have to be brave? That's God. That's Kobe. That's the Holy Spirit. That's your ancestors. Am I doing something just to come up? No, that's you hustling, bro. That's you on a come up. Really. You know what I mean? You sit there long enough trying to come up with an idea, then you came up with your own idea and you're about to execute your own idea. But when God comes up with something you never thought of before and you're kind of weary about it, that's God. But when you're all about that life, then that's your life. Because God's life is scary. God's works are scary. We don't know what the fuck he's doing. So I just kind of want to point that out. I guess that's the message for everyone is, you know, you think I'm fucking crazy, but I can show you that through my cards, through the Bible, through the spirits, through the weather, through the weekend, the days of the week, the fucking Sabbath, that I am following the Spirit and doing everything that the Holy Spirit says. You just don't know this language. You're following the programming of your mind and what the world outside of you expects and thinks of you. I just want to point out, bro, it's fucking 7:15 and that fucking moon is still up there. Go to bed. Be all in your feelings. The real illusion is the sun, you know. The sun is only here for a few hours out of every day, but it's always dark. We're lucky to see the sun as the planet, you know what I mean, as the planet, you know what I mean, tilts. But truthfully, and that's what I said, the light is all blinding. I can sit in the darkness all night, all day, all night. I mean, it's just always dark. Can you see your way through the darkness? Can you find the light in the darkness, or only when the lights are on do you know what time it is? Really? Because, I mean, the moon, do you know what time it is? According to time, with the sun where it is and the time that it says that it's like 7 o'clock. That moon does not believe so. That moon says no. It's your moon, it's moon time. I'm sending you moon energy. And with the moon and the sun in the sky at the exact same time, aligned with the planet, that means you're supposed to be balanced in your feelings, and in your actions. Divine masculinity is the sun, action. The sun comes up, we take action. When the moon goes down, we take rest. We retreat. We go into our feelings, into our quiet space. Yes? So on a sunny day when the clouds come in and it's all, you know, it becomes a cloudy, you know, stormy day, you're in your feelings. Because that sun isn't feeding you, you know what I mean, that strength that you usually have. And that's why people be like, oh, it's the weather. You weather witch. You better learn how to deal with the weather. And that's it too. It's like, you know, knowing I shared something this morning in my shorts about all of the native tribes. We knew how to work. We know this is the change. It's happening now. And if you didn't know, you could feel it. It's everywhere. And that's what I teach you, is how to feel the change in your life and around you. How you can literally feel it in the weather. And all the signs outside of you, the numbers, the synchronicities, the people, the places, the things are pushing you to something new. You're a voyager. You're a pioneer. You're an explorer. You're part of the ancients. I don't care who you are. You put on your fucking robe and your shoes and you went to look for, you know, a new land and a new home. That's what everybody did after they left the garden. What are they doing now? They're trying to bring us back to the garden. But we have to re-step the steps that we made in other lives and those of our ancestors. We have to follow, you know what I mean? We have to take the ritual paths, the rites and passages of, you know what I mean, that they took. It doesn't make sense, though. At this time and age, no, you should be doing, you know, no. I'm an ancient soul. I'm following the ancient path. It doesn't matter what's in my way. It's the land that calls us. It's the path we've always taken. It's the initiation into, you know what I mean, the spiritual realms. And all ascending masters or spiritualists or those of, you know what I mean, Mother Earth and just in general of the way knows that the way, you know, Jesus's way is long and narrow. It's the path less traveled, and it is a lonely path of just you and the spirit. But that's what all the ancients made, you know what I mean? The ancestors, even going back to Moana. Go, follow the voice in your heart. It will lead you. She left her family, her island, and everything because she always wanted to hit that sea. And her grandma said, you've got to go. Go. She had no way. She never even fucking got off the sea. She had nothing. She tried her best. She ended up with a chicken. Sounds like me. Hey! And then the spirit guides that are all full of shit. I ate my grandma. Really? Did you eat mine too? So yeah, it's Thursday. It's Jupiter Day. Again, if I could pull the cards in my almanac and all that shit, I could. Actually, I could. It's in my fucking trunk. Everything is. Whole pop-up fucking station right now. But I could confirm to you that this is it. Every day is that day. Every day God is giving you, He's given you a day for greatness. To be better. And Kobe, you know what I mean? To be better than you were. To be something more than you are. To live for more than yourself. But in essence, it all starts with honoring yourself and how you feel. It all is about a self-healing journey where it is very self-serving. But that path back to yourself takes you back to the oneness where in serving yourself, now you're serving, you start to understand the importance of serving others. How does that happen? Because you fill yourself up so much that now you feel full enough to share, and you feel like you want everyone else to feel that, you know what I mean? You want people to feel like you do, to have what you have. You want to share your abundance, you want to share your greatness, you want to share your good feelings, your vibes, you know what I mean? I'm very sharing. I've learned to restrict that because people are very taking, and I feel very used after I share, and you don't, give either. So I've learned how to handle that. But ultimately, yeah, it's one hell of a journey. And it starts with a lot of just talking your truth, admitting to yourself how you feel, and then the next step is admitting to others and walking in those feelings. And that's what I'm telling you. The moon is out and the sun is out. I am moving in my feelings. That's what it means to be aligned with your higher self, to walk with your feelings, with no apology to who you are and how you feel, and not trying to be something you're not, just loving what you actually are, and knowing that you're perfectly made, but you're perfectly made to be better. I am exactly where I need to be today, and by the end of today, I'm gonna be even better than I was when I started. And that's the perfection, is that there can always be more. I can always be more, but I'm always, exactly what I need to be just to become that. Meaning, and that's that manifestation where you guys don't jump properly. You believe that you have to do this to be that. No, I'm ready to be that. All I have to do is walk it. I don't have to practice it. I have to walk it. And that's where it goes back to these fake spiritualists and all of this extra. She's putting it on. She's trying to put it on instead of just wearing it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have all that, bro. And I am a witch, and you see it. But I don't put it on. I wear it. I am it. I can't take it off. It can only become more. And that goes back to, my looks. Right now, my hair's in a bun. It's clean. I'm clean. I smell good. I have no makeup on. I'm in fucking, boots, a hoodie, and some fucking leggings. I'm ready to kick ass. I am beautiful. I can only become more beautiful after I take these boots off and this shit, pull my hair down and put on a dress. If I put on makeup, I'm gonna look even more pretty. Put on some high heels, even more pretty. But I tell you right now, I am beautiful right now, just how God created me, with my hair up and looking like, $1 million. I can only be more, but I can't be less. I'll never be less than what I am. And that's what I want you guys to understand. That's where it started with Broen, and that's where it is. When you get into these shadows, you don't hide from them, and you don't deny them. You know what I mean? Like me being a bitch. Why are you a bitch? Because I'm a bitch, bro. I talk like this. I can't tone it down. And that's what You need to catch those videos, dude. Catch that healing. It's like people want you to be less of so that you can be more likable. No, like me or don't. Don't tell me to be something that I'm not, just so you can pretend to like me. I can't be something I'm not. If you don't like me, then don't like me. But don't tell me to be likable. And that's what it really comes down to. You know, and Broen, shit. Why does she want to be pretty on the camera? Why does Lewis want to be pretty on the camera? Why does Marshall look so good on the camera? I don't... Here, I'll give it to you. Pretty on the camera as soon as I wake up. No makeup, no nothing. It's like, I don't need to be what you want me to be. You need to accept me and love me the way I love me, or just stay away from me. I can be what you think I should be, but you need to see what I really am. You know? And that's it. So, I just want to bring that out. That all came up with the moon and the moon cycle. Yeah, and throw a period in there. We're supposed to talk about that too. We're not supposed to be ashamed of it. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Why do I have to be a fucking woman? And it's just like that. I'll fucking cut this shit out of my stomach myself. But God's like, no, I want you to bear my children. You want to put me through physical pain for you? And I signed up for this? What the fuck? You guys are like, oh, she wants my man. She wants his dick. Do you understand? And I'm doing this for God? And I don't even have a good memory of dick? Never in my life? Never ever? Nah, bro. Nah. It's a crazy, fucked up story. That's why those are shadows. Why? Karma, bro. Karma. Fucking karma. Gotta wear it for the rest of my life until it turns off, I guess, or we pull it out, or basically until I have these children. Ugh. But think about it. Ugh. Who wants to? Ugh. Gosh, it sounds just so painful. Forgive me, Lord. Give me mercy. Anyways, what did I pray for? Cushion for the pushing. That's it. Take your fucking shadows and fucking put them on and just be like, okay. Don't let them come out and try to, eat you up. Meaning, no, I'm not what you say I am. I can be everything that everybody wants to me. I'm better than what you say. I'm better. I'm better. I'm better. That's your shadow, bro. That's your shadow trying to tell everyone who you are. And that was what happened to Russ yesterday. No, I'm not a fucking drunk. I can drink. I do this. Oh, God, that happened this morning, too. They put me in his comments. And he has this Google witch. I don't remember. I got all over her. I was like, how many people did you comment on here? I was like, what is wrong with you, girl? She's a weirdo. I don't know. God just was getting her. I told her to be careful. I was like, I will light your candles on fire from here. As I lit my candles. I lit my cigarette. I'm so dangerous. I'll be like, oh, God's getting you. You better be careful. I don't know if he's going to burn down your house and blame it on me. She might fire witch. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Don't get me in trouble, God. He be doing all kinds of shit. I do shit in his name. He does shit in mine. Fucking shit. Thug life is what I heard. Okay, so going back to it, yeah, when you get into your shadows, you don't become them. What is an example of that? That's Russ, bro. He became a whole fucking 16-year-old again. 15 with a bullet. How pretty. So, yeah, you don't do that. That's what you don't do. That's the biggest thing you gotta do is you gotta see it for what it was, and you gotta heal it. That's what the whole experience is about. It's not, being ashamed of it and trying to hide it and trying to put it away and trying to, because then it becomes cancer, dude. It becomes cancer. And that's what happened to me. My whole life I was mentally ill. I was disassociated because I couldn't cope with the things that were happening. And I didn't want people to know actually my spirit or my personalities didn't. And that was the hardest part about waking up. I couldn't have the memories. Like, I wanted to understand the feeling that I had for Bobby. It was the first time I felt these feelings of love. I never felt like this. Like I never felt it. And I wanted to understand it. But every time I would try to, they would flare up and get crazy, push him away, say mean, crazy things to him, put all kinds of insecurities in my head, all kinds of stuff every time I would try to get close to this person. And I realized later, I was like, they were doing everything to protect me, because once I opened Pandora's box, you know what I mean? That's what it was. My personality disorders, my personalities were trying to protect me from all the pain that they had endured in my life. And that's all they did. It's like, this is too hard for her. We'll take this pain for her. And that's why I was really grateful. But I missed my whole life because my life was too hard to I said it was those shadow videos. It is incredibly hard to deal with. I don't even know this has happened to me, and all I have is the memories and these unbelievable fucked up feelings about what has happened to me decades ago. And I'm just sitting in it as a child with these, chaotic feelings that I've never felt before. And I understand it, but that's why I lead you through it, is we have to live these moments that we were too afraid of, or too ashamed of, or not equipped to live before, because they still hide within us and they harm us from our experiences. Because of these things that are happening, we're too afraid of other things happening to us. So we cut ourselves off. That's what was wrong with me. Everyone would have said, if you would have known me in my old life, if you knew Lisa or Lucky, you would have said, she's a bitch. That bitch is a crazy bitch. She's a crazy bitch. She's a hardcore bitch. She's a boss bitch. Meaning, you can hear by the way I talk that I will tear you up with my words, and that's what gives you the bitch meaning. But the craziness is I would go all in. And so when I started to dig through this, they knew me as angry and hateful and just a bitch, you know what I mean? Real evil, like, you know what I mean? Like, just real cutthroat. That's what it was, very cutthroat. And those were all defense mechanisms. I kept swords out constantly. What did you say to me? What are you know what I mean? Like, don't step to me. They were always, and what was it? It was my personality protecting me. It's like, I'm going to get you before you get me. But not in the sense where I was out to get people, but I was always on the edge. I gave off this don't fuck with me attitude so that I would be protected by it. Similar to Marshall, but I don't know, maybe you don't see him like I see him. He's not his words, and nor was I. But I came off as that person, as a protective mechanism, and was not able to, as they said, be loving or love others, because I was cut off from love. I was scared of love because everyone that I loved had hurt me. To this day, I'm, about to be 42, and I have an experience, with one exception of my children and Mr. Plum. Oh, there it goes. Hold on, I gotta go check in with this girl. Where's my sunglasses? With the one exception of Mr. Plum, I haven't experienced true kindness in this world from humans. So because of that, it made me extremely cut off, and I had to do all this healing to believe in the goodness of people once again, and to walk in God's, with the eyes of an angel, as he says, to have a higher understanding that it's not what it has been. You can make it better if you just heal what the way you see it. And that's what I teach you. We see things as bad because of how bad it's been to us, but we can alchemize those bad thoughts and feelings and make things look better, not just for ourselves, but for other people. How we change our perception changes everybody else's perception, and we all see things better. But again, the only way you're going to do that is to look at the shit that's really ugly. That's the ugly shit that we have, that we won't look at, is what's blocking us in front. Right? Hey, I love you guys. I got to go work. She works hard for her money. I gotta go work hard for money, and God got a plan, and He's got a plan on your life too. And you gotta go with the plan, even though it's not your plan. You would never plan such things out. And that's the difference between the intuition and the imagination. That's all I gotta say about that. Hey, I love you. Laters. Bye.